Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another match reaction. Sheffield United have just gone and beaten Fulham 1-0 at Craven Cottage, beaten top of the league. You'll love to see it. Now, we rode as luck times today, but we certainly deserved that win. 100%. Even Mick McCarthy said it right at the end. He said, Fulham definitely didn't deserve a point out of this game. They nearly got it. But we defended really well. Fulham weren't good enough. I'm not saying that we were absolutely fantastic at the back. We just headed everything away, kicked everything away. Wes did what he needed to do. We were against it. We were completely against it. Fulham had a full side out. We had, Morgan Gibbs-White came off at half-time. Probably our best player came off at half-time, or best player in the squad, not today. Wes went down injured. And even before the start of the game, Didze not playing because of COVID situations, I don't know. He's either got it or he's been in contact with someone with it. Also, Ben Davies, personal issues. So we don't know what that is, but hopefully, if you are watching this, Ben, I don't think you will be, but if you are, hopefully everything's okay for you, mate, and we get you back very, very soon. But we'll obviously get on to who played in their positions, but we're up against it tonight. We were playing a team that are top of the league. Fair enough, they've not won a game in 4, but they're still top of the league. They've still got a full side out. They've still got some very, very exciting players going forward, but they just weren't at the races today. Everything they did was wrong. It really was. Even the one massive chance that they had, they messed it up twice. Anyway, let's start from the beginning because Iliman Ndiaye, what a finish after 3 minutes and 20 seconds, something like that. The ball comes to Norwood. He just tries to hack it away. It lands at the feet of Iliman Ndiaye in his own half. Almost David Brooke-esque, picks the ball up, just kind of travels. He eventually gets onto the edge of the box and just passes it beautifully with his left foot from his instep, just bending it into that bottom corner. The goalkeeper, I'd say had no chance, but I wouldn't say it was a P-roller, but it certainly didn't have as much on it as you would like, but it didn't need to. It was caressed into that bottom corner absolutely to perfection. It almost kind of started outside the post and bent in. What a finish. Like, we've seen Iliman Ndiaye this season get into great positions and just not put the ball in the back of the net. Like I was saying before the kickoff on the watch along, that he's going to want to perform tonight. So I'm very, very excited to see Iliman Ndiaye play in this game. Now, don't get me wrong. Before the game, I'd have rather have seen Didze in there, but Didze wasn't fit, or Didze was something wrong with Didze. And Iliman Ndiaye is in there. He is replacing him. And like I said, he wanted to shine in this game. And he had a good game. I wouldn't say he had an absolutely fantastic game, but he certainly was the difference. And that goal was absolutely a goal that deserved to win that game, to win a really, really big game for us. Like I said, that is the biggest win of the season. What a fantastic win to go away to top of the league and go and beat them. And not just beat, like, don't get me wrong, it wasn't comfortable. Always got his heart in his mouths, which we are Sheffield United fans after all. That's always going to happen. We are always going to be kind of just hoping to win and hoping not to concede a last-minute goal, which we've done so much this season and in previous seasons, really. Even in the Premier League, in the Championship when we went up, a couple of times we let in late goals that just we don't score. We don't score those late goals. And really not a hell of a lot happened for either team for most of the game. I'll try and go through the only things that really happened. And the thing is, normally when I'm at the game or if I'm watching the game and not doing a watch along, I'll write down everything that I see that's happened. And it's hard when you're trying to commentate on it. You can't write it all down. So the only real things that I can pick from this game is obviously the goal, fantastic goal that I've just been through. Also, Mitrovic heading over the bar, which a good ball in from Cabano. Pretty poor header that went over the bar. In the second half for us, Jaden Bogle going through, brilliant ball from Sander Berger onto his foot. He took a poor touch into, it kind of took him onto his left-hand side, which he probably didn't want to do. And then kind of brought it back to his right and flicked it back onto his left. But there were defenders got round him and closed in the space of him shooting. So that was probably our biggest other chance other than the goal. But let's talk about the Fulham chance, because that was massive. That was a chance that a Fulham team who hasn't gone on a 4-game non-winning run would have put that away easily. The ball comes to Mitrovic. Ben Osborne actually gives this ball away. Really, really lazy pass. And for someone that's just come on the pitch, you wouldn't expect him to make a poor pass like that. I can't remember who he was trying to pass to, but it was just overhit and nowhere near the player. They nicked the ball. The ball got played out to the left-hand side for Fulham, our right-hand side. Nobody there. Absolutely nobody there. No defenders there. And then when Mitrovic comes on to that right foot, we're expecting him to shoot. Everyone's expecting him to shoot. I'm expecting him to shoot. Basham, Egan, and somebody else comes across, flies across. They all kind of get taken away because Mitrovic is not shooting. He's carrying on. And then he takes a bit of a weird touch out of his feet that makes him have to slide for it. And he's hit the crossbar. And really, on another day, that could have ended up in the top corner. Another day, that could have ended up in the stand. But it hits the top corner, hits the crossbar, comes straight back to Harry Wilson, the one player you don't want that to fall onto his left foot. And he slashes it over the bar. It's one of them games where everything just goes for you. Brilliant goal. Fulham just not being at it because everything was overhit. Everything was bad touches, losing the ball. But really, it was our players that were making them do that, because I would say Hourahan and Norwood were two of our best players in this game. They were just unsettling them. They were just bringing them down, giving them little niggles, giving them little pushes. But it weren't just them two. It was every single player on that pitch. Every time they got the ball, there was someone on them straight away. We barely gave them any time. Even in the 91st, 92nd, 93rd minute, on that left-hand side, or our left, their right, Ender Stevens was on top of them. And then Hourahan was helping him out, and they was just stopping him from getting that ball into the box or trying to beat one of our players. They were just doubling up on him, keep him there, stop him from getting that ball into the box. And if they do get a ball into the box, it's not going to be a ball that just needs a flick into the back of the net. It's going to need something special. And I'm just really proud of every one of the lads today. I thought they were brilliant. I don't think any player had a poor game. I think probably Morgan Gibbs-White didn't have his best game. I thought Ndai at times was really good, but other times was a little bit, he got pushed off the ball a little bit, and he lost the ball quite a lot. But I would much rather see Morgan Gibbs-White and Iliman Ndai get the ball and lose the ball every now and then, if they are going to beat men sometimes, and they completely do. I'd rather see him take a chance and try and take a man on, or try and play a little flick through that gets through and we score a goal, or we get a one-on-one, or we get a good chance. And really, that's been the problem. Like, Morgan Gibbs-White has done it all season. Obviously, Ndai's been out a little bit in the last few weeks. Ndai struggles with his fitness. But when you've got someone like, no offense to Ben Osborne, I really, really like the lad, but you've got a player like Ben Osborne who is going to get the ball, he's either going to get a cross in or he's going to go backwards. And sometimes you just need someone like Gibbs-White who's going to do a little flick and move, like a little give and go. And Ben Osborne just hasn't got that attacking threat for me. And that was a big problem for Slav. And I think I think Ben Osborne's best position is either at left wing back or maybe even where Hourahan was playing on that left-hand side of kind of the central two. But he's not favoured at the moment. He's really, really not. And I still like him. I still think he deserves to be at the club and be in and around kind of like the first team squad and coming on as a sub and stuff. But I just feel like we need some better attacking threat, some players that are going to do something special. And we've certainly got at least two players in Gibbs White and Ndai that are going to do that. And obviously, Ndai showed today why he is so highly rated by a lot of people. And the smile on his face when he scored that goal, he was absolutely buzzing. And it wasn't like, look, that's for you, Hecky. That's for not playing me in the last few games. It was like, thank you so much for playing, mate. And he ran over to him and hugged him. Obviously, they've got the connection from the under-23s. So obviously, they must have a good relationship, a good understanding. And it's nice to see that Ndai was not annoyed at him for not playing him. It was more like, thank you for playing me. And then Hecky's like, thank you for putting the ball in the back of the net and winning us that game. So, yeah, absolutely fantastic to see. Also, I'll quickly just bring up, we did have the ball in the back of the net again. Billy Sharp, great finish on his right foot. Just went a little bit too early. I think it was it Ndai? I think it was Ndai who played it through. But Ndai, full of confidence. Jayden Bogle on that right-hand side, he made some poor decisions at time defensively, but his feet, wow. Like, we saw a little bit of it in the Premier League. And then at the start of the season, I saw him come on against Luton when we played Luton away, went to that game, and I don't know, I just did not rate him one little bit. He wasn't making the runs. He wasn't wanting the ball. He was just there for a paycheck, it seemed. And now he looks like he's a completely different player. And he could have scored today. He could have set Iliman Ndai up because Ndai went through 1-on-1-2, but he was offside. Very, very similar to the Billy Sharp chance. And yeah, he was absolutely fantastic to see. Naskins Cabano was awful. And I said that enough times in the watch along. Every time he got the ball, he lost it. And it was quite funny to watch after a bit. I just thought, he's bound to go and score now. He's bound to go and score. But he didn't. And the rest is history. We've won the game 1-0 again against top of the league. And we are now 3 points. I think we're about 10th, something like that, maybe 11th. We're 3 points off the playoffs. And we've got a game in hand over some, not over others, but we're marching on. 3 games, 3 wins for Heke. And yeah, fantastic to see. I'll quickly run through the team. Wes didn't have a lot to do tonight, but I was a little bit worried when he got injured at one point. He also got a booking, which we have no idea what it was for, maybe for time wasting, but we don't time waste in the first half. That's not our style. Bogle, I think, had a bit of a 50-50 game. He did all right. He did all right for most of the game, actually. And he did really well going forward at times. And he deserves his shirt. Like, Baldock, I believe, was on the bench tonight. I saw him there. And I'm a massive fan of Baldock. But Bogle deserves his shirt. He's done absolutely nothing wrong. And I like to watch him play football. Ender Stevens, he was solid. Not much more I could say, really. I thought he defended quite well. I think he really defended really well. And normally Ender Stevens is better going forward, so it's good to see him defending well. The 3 centre-backs, I thought Jack Robinson did okay. I think sometimes he's just a little bit eager to head the ball away and kick the ball away and block chance. Like, he's like a little kid, and it's like he's trying too hard. And actually, I think he had a decent enough game today. I was impressed with him. I really was. And Egan, great game. Didn't do anything wrong. Bash, great game. Didn't do anything wrong. Like I said, Hourahan and Norwood, they both had really good games. Fleck came on after a bit too. Fleck, it was like the Fleck of old, get stuck in. He did what he needed to do when he came on. Sanderberger had an okay game, passed the ball around well. I felt like he could have held on to the ball a little bit better at times, but that ball to Bogle, It was fantastic. He took it down the left-hand side and then turned on it, and Bogle was in oceans of space. All he had to do, take a good touch and lash it in. But it wasn't to be. But very, very good ball from Berger. And I'm excited to see what Berger's got to offer, because as well, what I did think about Berger tonight, he got a full 45 minutes, or you could say 50 minutes, including injury time. He was getting stuck in. He won a header in the box, which I never expected to see. And then it was on him all the time. He was constantly pressurizing every player. And we've not seen that enough from Sander Berge. I think Sander Berge expected to come to England, play some nice passes, and look like a king. And actually, I think he's now realizing that he needs to get stuck in. He really does need to get stuck in. But no, great to see. Absolutely fantastic to see, because we all know how good Sander Berge can be. Obviously, Iliman Ndiaye and Morgan Gibbs-White. Morgan Gibbs-White, off day for him. I said in the first half, Morgan Gibbs-White, he had a poor first half against Cardiff, and then exploded in the second half. I expected to see more of him in the second, but obviously came off injured. So hopefully Morgan Gibbs-White is okay. Fingers crossed for him, because we can't lose Morgan Gibbs-White. We really, really can't. Hal made a great point in the watch along that if he is in fact injured too much to kind of just give him a week off, or even he could be back next week. Look, don't get me wrong. But if it's a more serious injury, he could be sent back to Wolves to diagnose his injury, and they could keep him. And we could be without him. Now, don't get me wrong, Iliman Ndiaye was fantastic tonight, but I really don't want to lose Morgan Gibbs-White, because he's such a great player, and he opens doors for us that nobody else can open. So hopefully he's fine. We crack on. Billy Sharp. I think that he had a couple of good chances. He had one in the first half where the ball got played over, and he just needed to take a better touch, and he's one-on-one with the goalkeeper with kind of like a half volley. But he takes a touch. I think he might get nudged in the back, and the touch is just too heavy, and the goalkeeper picks it up. He's not having a great time, Billy Sharp, at the moment. He's missing a lot of chances. Obviously, he picked the goal up against Cardiff, but it was a tap-in. He's having a lot of games. He's played a lot of games. He's not scoring goals, which is not like Sharp. So hopefully we will see more from Sharp, and we'll see goals from Sharp, and him taking those chances that we used to seeing him taking throughout his career. That's great. Ozzy, when he came on, he did all right, but he did give away that pass that could have lost us not lost us the game, but lost us 3 points, lost us 2 points, should I say. So, other than that, the boys were absolutely fantastic. A clean sheet against top of the league. It's what dreams are made of. It's what Monday nights are made of. It really is. Anyway, a year and a half ago, United 71% possession and 0 goals. Today, 29% possession, 3 points, get in. Absolutely. Do you know what? For all the possession they had, they did not create enough chances to win this game. Ryan, absolutely, mate. Unbeaten in 11 also. Is that right? Okay, that's brilliant. And we've got them beating them in their own backyard. Absolutely fantastic. What a surprise. We win again when Bash is in the side. Absolutely, David. Great point. Since Bash has come back into the side, we've looked so much better. Not just defensively, but because he holds onto the ball well. He finds his men well. He's just a great player. Great player. Great result. We definitely deserved the win. You're not wrong, mate. You are not wrong. We did. Don Berre, thank you very much. Aaron Long, couldn't believe none of the three in front of Ndiaye turned and stopped to make a challenge. You're probably right. Yeah, because at one point Ndiaye took a bad touch and it just kind of went out in front of him. At that point they could have easily just taken the ball off him. So, that was great to see. Really, really good to see. Given the opposition That's our best performance. Absolutely. You've got to say that. You've got to say that. Said there was no doubt that he wanted to shoot from that moment he picked the ball up. Yeah, definitely. And it was so nice to hear him talk on Sky afterwards as well. What a nice lad he seems to be. Massive smile on his face. That's what we watch football for. We want to see footballers enjoy the football and play really good. Mitro shot in the bar off the bar 1 minute, and then the rebound. Yeah, it was mine. It was mine too, mate. It really was. I'm scared because we have a lot of players that bigger clubs could. Nah, I don't think so, mate. I really don't. We're the talk of the town, absolutely. Sharpie was brilliant drawing players away from the ball, never stopped running all night. What a shift he put in. Yeah, I just feel like he could have held the ball up a little bit better. He got bullied at time, not bullied, but like knocked off the ball a little bit easier than I expected him to, and his touch wasn't brilliant tonight. I missed the commentary, but good on you, lads. Thank you very much, Dom. Really appreciate that. Even though they were dreadful, they were still creating chances. Not great chances, though, Cole. Not great chances. We rattled them, putting them off their stride to a man. They were superb tonight. Yeah, we were, absolutely. Jack Robinson, big fan. And Dye is going places. Abso-flipping-lutely. Hopefully he's going nowhere. He's staying at Bramall Lane, and we're going to see him for many, many years to come. Gibbs White may stay. Last I heard, Wolves will not be recalling him. Maybe with mild injury where they will be even less keen to recall him. Possibly. And yeah, they've said that from day one. They don't want to recall him. And I understand it. I really do. Because it's only like us not wanting to recall Jefferson because he's doing so well in League One. I think they probably want to see him have a full season playing really well in the Championship. Thought Sander was decent, seemed more up for it defensively. Yes, he did. Clean sheet versus League One leaders. That's what I said earlier. Abso-flipping-lutely. Perfect timing for him to come back in. So, yeah. Right, okay. I'm going to leave it there, guys. Thank you very much. Get on John. Wolves aren't missing Morgan Gibbs White, so I think they'll leave him at the lane. We hope so, John. We really, really do. Jackie Longthrow, boom. Absolutely, Pete. We love it. We love to see it. Jackie Longthrow didn't have a bad game tonight. He really didn't. Anyway, thank you very much for watching, guys. Really, really appreciate it. Make sure you like the video before you leave. That is very, very important because it gets this video out to way more people. So thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.